cookie. Got 3 people. So anyways, how's everybody tonight? I just got off of work. Like literally just got home about 5 minutes ago. Am I coming in clear? Is it? How's the reception? Hello. Mm-mm. So anyways, well, my soda is black cherry. Pretty good. Um, so this is gonna be a mukbang. Of course, I am eating with you guys. Look at that. Take a bite of that. Mm-mm. And I'm also gonna talk about, yes, and it's not clickbait because um, I did make 12K in 1 month. True story. Mm. And I want to share some of that with you guys. Let you know how I did it. I'm sure some of you guys have some ideas. But I want to tell you how I did it. Hopefully, you guys could do the same thing or even do better than I did. Um, it was great. Uh, I did take advantage of that somewhat. Mm. It was definitely an accomplishment for me. I never made that much money in a month. And trying to take my kids to Disneyland in a few months. My husband works his butt off, and it would be nice to contribute. Oh, okay. Well, first off, I am not selling you guys anything. Hey, Heather. Uh, I just happen to have an interest in something, and I've been studying it for a while, and it seems to have worked to my benefit. So, I'm actually wearing a shirt. Yes, it has to do with cryptocurrencies. Now, the way I made 12K, I'll tell you when that was. That was back in. Oh, is it frozen? Hopefully not. Is it? Am I coming in clear? So, anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Let me backtrack a little bit. Give you guys a background for maybe some of you who may not know, but um, I started having an interest in finance about almost 4 years ago. I started getting interested in 2014, and ever since then, I've been fixating on it. I don't know my phone. Well, hopefully everything is okay. If it isn't, just let me know. Karate Joe. Karate Joe wants to know too. But anyways, I gained an interest in finance in November of 2014, and believe it or not, it had to do with uh, an episode of Pawn Stars, which I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with that show. That happens. Pawn Stars is one of my favorite shows. Okay, yeah, go ahead and try that. See if it works. And in one of the episodes, a guy comes in with a boatload of silver, um, 3,000 ounces to be exact. You could even look up this episode after you're done watching me, or if you want to just see what I'm talking about. And he came with a boatload of silver, 3,000 ounces. Donald Trump. And he ended up selling it for 100. I think what was it? $110,000. He sold at the top of the market back in 2011. This was a 2011 episode for $50 an ounce silver. He bought the silver for I think $3 to $4. So he probably only spent about 15, no more than $20,000 on that boatload of silver, and he ended up selling it for, you know, ridiculous amount, $110,000. And I thought, see, at that time, me and Ashley were struggling. Um, uh, I'll be honest with you, we've struggled, um, you know, in the earlier years, having a one income household. She wasn't working, you know, we had a family of four. So I tried to make sure that, you know, we didn't go without. But to be honest with you, sometimes it was very difficult. Um, you know, I was having to take out payday loans. I think at one time I had 4 or 5 of them out at one time. Personal loans. That was the worst decision I've ever made. And after I saw that episode, I was like, you know what? I don't want to live like this anymore. You know, I want to be able to, should something happen to me, I want to be able to say if something happened to me, I want to leave something, make sure, you know, Ashley and the kids are okay. So after I saw that episode, I started getting in and researching silver. It's seriously still stuck, huh? Is it still stuck, everybody, or is it okay for the other people that are in this chat? Hmm. Uh oh. Hand me down furniture and 6 T-shirts. Hey, these 6 T-shirts are nice. So, um, anyways, um, hey, maybe you might learn something too. You can, you're welcome to stay. But, anyways, I started researching this, studying charts, and I wanted to know as much as I could about that. And you know, I started getting really into economics, and before then, I started buying silver. Silver was my first investment that I started getting into. Silver's cheap. It's significantly undervalued. It's a great buy. Better buy than gold because silver has a bigger potential, more upside than gold does. Um, but anyways, I'll take all questions after my my talk. Okay, so you got to sit tight. I know you're excited to be here. Just relax. I'll take questions in a little bit. So, anyways, um, start buying silver. Silver is significantly undervalued. As a matter of fact, the definition of a dollar is related to silver. I forget exactly what it is, but I think it's like a dollar is equivalent to 462 grains of silver. That's the actual definition of a dollar. That's what a dollar is. So I started buying silver, and then we fast forward, and you know, it's something nice. It's something you can hold in your hand. You know, it's actual true wealth. Um, and silver has a lot of properties, good properties. It's the number one conductor of electricity. Silver is in just about everything that you use day to day. It's in your cell phones. Um, it's in, it's believe it or not, it's in your socks. Yeah, silver sheet. That's why I asked you. Hold on. Like I said, I know you're getting excited out there. Um, Now, silver being cheap, that's a misunderstanding. I don't think you quite get that yet. So just stick around. You might learn something. Um, but anyways, uh, silver is in everything from band-aids to even socks. It's into the solar panels that are on the house. It's in your cell phone. It's in medicine. Um, so And for silver being as cheap as it is, it's significantly undervalued. It's because it's manipulated with silver contracts, and it's called SLV. So, anyways, I started buying that throughout the year, and then we'll fast forward to 2015. That's when I first got introduced to, or stumbled across. No one introduced me to it. I came across it on an accident. A YouTube video talking about Bitcoin. So I'm like, well, what is Bitcoin? Is it like a coin, an actual coin, or? And I didn't understand it. I just knew at that time a Bitcoin was worth 600, roughly $600, 620 or so. So I thought, wow, I wish I had that much money to buy a full Bitcoin. At that time, I did not know that you could buy fractional amounts of a Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, Bitcoin and any cryptocurrency for that fact can be divided all the way over to the eighth decimal point. Um, Silver is low in price right now, so buy low, sell high. Yeah, you got it, Karate Joe. It's very low. I could even give my opinion on that. How high I think it should be, what it's worth. Um, everything could be overvalued, so don't you know. And I'll talk about that. Hey, Adriana. So, anyways, I started getting. I found an interest in Bitcoin, but I'm like, it's too expensive. Um, I can't afford that. I wish I could. I don't know how to buy it. Uh, you know, and I'm hearing a lot of people making ridiculous amounts of money on Bitcoin. Bitcoin came to be in January of 2009. It arose from the ashes of the 2008 financial crisis. Mm. I've actually read the white paper, so I know what it's about. Bitcoin is simply peer-to-peer transactions that is, well, not so much anymore, but at the time it was decentralized. Yes, sub sandwich, meatball marinara. It's coming out of the back. Um, so that's a good way to gain wealth outside the banking system. So I started researching it. I didn't understand it. I didn't know where to buy it. So at that time, I saw the price of Bitcoin going up. And keep in mind, it was pennies when it first came out. So if you would have invested $100 back in 2009 in Bitcoin, you'd be worth millions and millions. Just do the math. Um, how much could $100 buy you of Bitcoin back in 2009? So, um, so I kind of put it on the back burner for a little bit because I didn't understand it. Oh, hey, son, what's up, dude? He struck out, my friend. He struck out. So, anyways, hopefully, what was I saying? Oh yeah, kind of took a back seat on Bitcoin. I was like, I don't understand it. I don't know where to buy it because you can't just go out and buy, Bitcoin from a store or whatever. So, anyways, I I kind of put on the back burner. I continue to stack silver. I got a decent amount of silver, and I got my uncle into it. My uncle Augie, who you've seen, uh, how we've brought channel, and ended up getting him into it. And believe it or not, and he has a habit of buying high and selling when the price is low. Um, and I actually didn't get into cryptocurrencies until about actually last year, June of 2017. I ended up dipping a foot into cryptocurrencies, and the way that I did it is I traded in a decent amount of my silver to get jump started into crypto. And I'm gonna also tell you in this video, this live stream, hey Ash, is which cryptocurrencies I got into, which cryptocurrencies I'm into right now, because I'm not trying to hide anything from you guys. Uh, I'll try and burp. Which cryptocurrencies I am planning on purchasing, because I am buying aggressively right now in crypto because it's so low. She's at work right now. So if any, and I want to help people that are out there. I want to share this, this knowledge that I have with this. And I'm not a financial advisor by any means, so please don't take this from me. I am just telling you simply what I'm doing, what I've done in the past, and how much I've profited from it. So I ended up trading in, and I'll tell you what my initial investment was. My initial investment was I traded in 100 ounces of silver to get started into the cryptocurrency market, which roughly at that time was about $1,700. I got started. Strawberry. And together. So, anyways, yeah, I got jump started in the cryptocurrency market with 100 ounces of silver, traded it in. The first thing I got in, you can look that up. It's the symbol is kind of like a gray diamond. Um, the Ethereum at that time was, for one Ethereum, it was worth, I think I paid 265 for it. So I ended up getting over 7 Ethereum at the time. And at that time, I still didn't understand it. I was, didn't even really know how to cash out on it, how to trade. It was very. Yes, everything is great. Thank you for asking. So I was a newbie into it. I didn't know what I was doing. There was nobody like myself who had already been into it guiding me. I had to learn everything myself, and so. And now, mind you, when I first found out about Ethereum, it was $9 per coin. Um, which, geez, if I would have bought it at that time, had I known that you could buy fractional amounts, I would have made a lot more money. But I didn't. Oh. So, as time passes, I kind of put silver on the back burner because silver isn't as volatile, or doesn't have as much price action as you call it, where it goes up and down as much as cryptocurrencies. So I started buying some more crypto. I eventually got into Bitcoin itself. Yes, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is only one out of 1,600 cryptocurrencies. So there's a lot of them out there. But a lot of them are scams, so you got to be careful on which ones you put your money into. So I ended up getting into Bitcoin. I got into something called Litecoin as well. And I eventually got into something called Pillar token. Now that's not a well-known cryptocurrency, but I bought it at 10 cents. 10 cents per coin. And believe it or not, that's where I made my most money. I bought thousands of Pillar token, and at 10 cents, and the price shot way up. Now, I'll get to that. That's where I'm getting to where I made that much money. Yeah, and I'll tell you when I made that too. The kiddos are with their grandma. So actually, oh yeah, I saw that. I didn't finish watching it. I had to finish watching it. But so I eventually got into Bitcoin, and I uh, I got up to 1/10 of a Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is not my core when it comes to my portfolio. I currently right now I actually have very very little Bitcoin compared to other currencies in my portfolio. I'll tell you when I'm waiting to buy back into Bitcoin. I'll tell you all my plans that I have. And like I said, it's not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I'm doing, and hopefully you can do even better. I mean, maybe you'll put more money into it than I can, and you'll make more. But um, I ended up making about 400%, yeah, 400% profit in about 4 months. 4 months? 4 months in Bitcoin. So yeah, 400% profit. Um, I kind of cashed out on some of that. I moved some of that around back into Litecoin. I moved it into other coins as well. Now, this was in January when one single Bitcoin was worth $20,000. Um, Now, mind you, I had 1/10 of it, so you could do the math on how much I had in Bitcoin. But like I said, that wasn't my core. Um, to be honest with you, Bitcoin at that time was probably about 10% of my portfolio, and it's all confusing. Great, yeah, your husband has my dream job then, um, but I ended up cashing out on some of that stuff. Moved it around, reinvested it. Actually, the cryptocurrencies is one way that I actually paid for the Vegas trip that me and Ashley went on a few months ago. Hello, no offense. You're talking about all this money, and your fiance was talking about needing to wait till payday to. Yeah. Now here's the thing. We we have separate accounts. Uh, I I have the money that I invest is out of the banking system. It's not like I have, thousands upon thousands of dollars sitting in my bank. I don't work that way. I don't trust my money in that system. I invest it. I mean, yeah, I do have liquid assets that if should I need to or want to, um, I can tap into them. But that's not what it's for. I like to pretend that that's not there. Now, like I said, all my, I guess you could say, wealth or investments are outside of the banking system. So I've kind of put her in the mindset that, hey, that money's not to be touched. Let's just pretend it's not there. Let's live frugally. And, my income is decent too, but a lot of times I do invest pretty aggressively every month. You know, um, we go out and we do a lot of things. So, it's different. But how has that to do with? I mean, yeah, I mean, realistically, I mean, I have enough money in the bank to go and buy an AC unit if I need to, or, if I need, but that's not where I store my, my investments, my, guess you could say, my liquidity. Um, so, anyways, where was I? Um, what was I talking about? I forgot. um, Now, back in January, when the cryptocurrencies hit an all-time high, I that's when I was able to make the that's when I was able to make that um, all generate all that profit and liquidity. Like I said, yes, I did make about $12,000 in the month of January because the cryptocurrencies were booming at that time. Now, that is money that should I want to or should I need to, that is attached to my bank account. I do a couple of verifications. Uh, you know, I do a couple of swaps in my accounts, and it gets transported into my bank account within 1 to 3 business days. So it was crazy. I remember even showing Ashley. I'm like, look, I have something called Blockfolio, which keeps track of my profits actually almost on a second to second basis. I wasn't offended. I mean, it's whatever. But I see that's the mindset that I have though. I want to pretend that that money is not there. There is a goal that I'm working towards, and it's called the $100,000 Club, which means your portfolio is worth at least $100,000. I'm not there yet. As a matter of fact, I'll be honest with you. My portfolio since the January highs in cryptocurrency is actually down about 60-65%. But I do something called HODL, which stands for it's HODL, which stands for hold on for dear life, because the cryptocurrency market is so volatile. They talk about it as a Bitcoin roller coaster. So, um, like I said, right now is a great time to buy because you don't want to buy when everybody's talking about. See, by the time when it comes around, there's a little saying that goes on. When you start hearing the taxi drivers talk about cryptocurrencies, that means that it's in a bubble. You don't want to buy when you hear everybody talking about it, the news talking about it and everything. That's not when you want to buy because at that time that's when it's at an all-time high. You want to buy now when it's low. It's really low. Like I said, it's about 60%, 70% off of what its highs were back in January. That's why I am aggressively buying into these cryptocurrencies because I see a lot of potential. Um, and I know Ashley hates it. Ashley thinks, you need to catch some of that, stop putting so much into that. But I study these things and I truly believe in them. I mean, it would be an understatement to say that I'm constantly looking at charts, listening to videos, studying price action, history of it, reading white papers. It would be an understatement if I say I don't do that at least 6 to 10 hours a day. Yeah, I do it when I'm at work. But that's how obsessed I am with it. The wedding's gonna be sometime probably next spring. That's what we're shooting for. Um, so that's when you want to buy. Right now is when you want to buy. Because like I said, Bitcoin hit an all-time high of $20,000. Right now it's $6,300. Are you kidding me? Now, if you have the money, go ahead and invest in it. I'm not investing in Bitcoin yet because I want to see it go lower. I think Bitcoin could potentially go down to maybe the 4,000s. Once it goes into the 4,000s, you better believe I'm going to maybe move some coins around, do some swaps, buy aggressively into Bitcoin. As of right now, I am buying other coins. The coins that I most heavily invested in are Pillar Token. I'm heavily invested in a coin called EOS or EOS. Those two coins are probably shit about Bitcoin crashing. Yes, you do hear about Bitcoin crashing, but you got to study the charts. If I wish I had another computer so I could show you, but Bitcoin has these patterns. It's actually dropped from about 90% and it's gone back up. It's done these significant drops. But Bitcoin is only a small thing of this whole picture. It's the blockchain that you're investing in. It's the technology. Bitcoin is only something that goes on the blockchain. Um, that's when you want to buy. You want to buy when it's low, when nobody's talking about it, when it's not as desirable. because there's something called bull and bear markets. Right now we're in a bear market, which means the market is very bare. A lot of people don't have a lot of faith in it. But those people are looking at it for the wrong reasons. Those people are looking at it just to make a quick buck. I believe in the technology itself. I think, see, right now, Bitcoin, I would compare cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, being in kind of like how the internet was in the late 90s, maybe mid 90s. You know, it's kind of in its infancy. It's new, it's a new technology. Um, do you think Bitcoin will hit 20K again? I actually do. I actually think my price prediction, I'll tell you what my price prediction is for Bitcoin this year. I predict that Bitcoin will be anywhere between $40,000 and $60,000 by the end of the year. I know that's a bold statement to say, but I've been pretty good on. Yeah, I did eat already. It was really good. I'm still eating, but I've been pretty accurate on my price predictions. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, but on some of my calls that I did, I was able to generate. My portfolio was able to generate 1,500% profit overall. So that means I made 15 times my initial investment. Um, you know, for my initial investment, which was great. I mean, you can't make those kind of gains in the stock market. I mean, you're lucky if you see 1 to 2% price action in the Dow, which is heavily manipulated. You would not want to buy into the stock market right now. I mean, Amazon's at an all-time high. What, $1,300 per share? That's ridiculous. It's over. It's overvalued right now. The only way really is to go down. Mm. But like I said, you guys have any questions about anything? Because right now is the time to buy. I mean, I'll tell you all the coins that I'm invested in. I'm not trying to hide anything from you guys. Um, there's different exchanges you could go to. And it's very simple. Um, it's very simple to cash out. Like I said, to be honest with you, I actually sent through some Litecoin yesterday, and it came through this morning. Going to Boss Big Boy. When Bitcoin goes back up to 20K, I'll go. No, I'm just joking. I don't know. Mm. But like probably next week, I'm gonna be doing a pretty hefty buy in the cryptos. I know Asher doesn't want to hear that, but it's for our own good. um, yeah, like I said, it's just a technology. That's what you're investing in. Um, Now, if I could compare cryptocurrencies to how late, some people might think, oh, it's too late for me to go to be invested in it. That's crazy. Picture it being like a baseball game. Uh, you know, People park in the parking lot. They have their you know tailgate parties before the ball game starts. That would have been 2009 when I first started. I didn't even know about it at that time. Then you go in, you find your seat. I still didn't find it at that time. I found it more along the lines of when they would do the national anthem. When everyone's in the stadium doing the national anthem, that's about when I discovered it. Now, as you guys know, baseball has 9 innings. I would say right now with cryptocurrencies, we're probably only in the middle of the second inning. So it's still really early in the game. There's a lot of upside to it. So don't be discouraged saying, oh my God, it's too late. Bitcoin's $6,000. Litecoin is $80. It used to be $4. No, that's the wrong mindset. We are in the second inning. There is still a lot of time to get in there. The stock market is so unpredictable. It's scary. Yeah. Well, uh, I happen to believe that the crash of '29, Great Depression, was brought on by the elites. There's actually a book that I want to read. Um, it's called, I think it's called The Monster from Jekyll Island, or The Creature from Jekyll Island. That's when all the politicians and super elitists go, and they go to this island, Jekyll Island, and that's when they have talks about creating the Federal Reserve, which came into power or came to be in 1913. Dollar was started. So, um, and then um, there was the Roaring Twenties, which was overinflated the economy, and then the crash of '29 happened. That's basically like the super elitists pulling the rug from underneath everybody and then having the market come down. So I believe that it was a tactical manipulation that unfortunately left a lot of Americans hungry and homeless and jobless. What's it called? Well, like I said, I've been researching this, not even fixating on this for the past 4 years. I think it's either called, you can probably find it on Amazon. It's either called The Monster from Jekyll Island or The Creature from Jekyll Island. You should get it. I look. It's how the Federal Reserve came to be, and the Federal Reserve is a privately owned um, creditor, and the Federal Reserve is very unconstitutional. As a matter of fact, in the Constitution, it says that money should only be made by coin, silver and gold, and not be created by man with paper, because then it causes problems as inflation. As you know, our founding fathers were right. Look where we're at now, because it's not even a printing press. Actually, the printing of new money is just decimals on a computer. It's all digital. As a matter of fact, I don't know what they're doing now, but um, I think in the 2017 they were average printing 80. I think it was $85 billion per month. The Federal Reserve was printing, which is massive inflation. I don't know what it is now. I know the Federal Reserve is unwinding their balance sheets, which is not good. That's picture the economy being like a deck of cards. It's very wobbly. It's very fragile. It's a slight gust of wind can blow it over. That's how the economy is right now. As a matter of fact, if you guys want to see what I think the next financial crisis would be, look up David Morgan and then type in rollover. He's one of the investors I follow a lot. He's actually one of my, I guess you could say, my mentors. He's one I've listened to a lot and base a lot of my trades and buys on. He's a silver investor. He's really good. Look it up. It's a small little snippet. He kind of demonstrates what would happen, how it would happen. It's like a 5-minute video. David Morgan rollover. He'll ask you a question. Did you like the garlic sauce? Yes, it was very good. Maybe I should dress up like a Bitcoin. He'll answer me. He's passionate about this. Yes, I am. Sorry, yeah, it was really good. But yeah, look that up. As a matter of fact, I might look that up again. But yeah, it's very unconstitutional for them to print money because that creates inflation. As a matter of fact, since the 1913, when the Federal Reserve came to be, the dollar has depreciated in value about 97%, which means a dollar has roughly about 3 cents purchasing power compared to what it had in the 1913. I just posted a video. Go watch. Oh. Okay. So now let me tell you just how inflationary dollars are, and let me show you how deflationary gold and silver and even cryptocurrencies are. Deflationary means they go up in value. The inflationary means they go down in value. So let's say you have $100 bill, right? Okay, you have $100 bill. You have an ounce of gold. Silver falls into the same category. What could that $100 bill buy you back then? When back in 1913. Geez, it could buy you a lot, right? I think a brand new car at that time was, a Ford. Is anyone understanding this? I'll take questions. I'll just ramble on and on and on and on. You definitely need to get into financial field. I know, but the things that I'm into, I study Austrian economics. There's types of economics. Austrian economics basically means that you cannot create wealth or income from debt. And then there's what's the other one? Now you put me on the spot. Um, Jeez, why can't I think? I'm having a brain fart. Um, I forgot what's the other one called. Keynesian economics. Keynesian economics, our economists believe. Oh, great. Yeah. Keynesian economics means that you could generate GDP, growth from debt. That doesn't work. There's stuff called traditional financing, which is stock market, bonds, stuff like that. I'm more into like the decentralized, or more into sound money with gold, silver, um, Bitcoin. So I think a lot of people would shun me away. I would probably be the only person, if I went to economics class, who would be challenging the professor in there, unless it was an Austrian economics class, then maybe I wouldn't. But anyways, if you have $100 bill, that $100 bill purchasing power is really strong back then. I mean, I think a brand new Ford car at that time was like, what was it, $500? So you could buy a lot of things with $100 back then. Um, Geez, I don't know, months and months of groceries, almost buy a car. Geez, it'd be a good chunk of, a down payment on a car. You could buy a whole bunch of things. I mean, who knows how many times you could fill up your car with gasoline at that time, because gas was 10 cents a gallon or whatever. My husband tries to explain all this to me, so it's so confusing. Me and your husband need to hang out. I'm sure we would be talking for hours. Um, but then, if you get an ounce of gold back then was worth $30 roughly. Now, here's the thing. This is why they say gold is very deflationary. At that time, an ounce of gold, $30 worth, could buy you a nice suit. A man, a nice suit. Okay? That $100 could buy a lot of things too. Geez, it could buy, a suit, 2 suits, 3 suits, almost buy a car. So let's fast forward. Let's put the gold and let's put the gold and the $100 bill away in a drawer. This is hypothetically speaking, in a drawer for 100 years. Let's fast forward to today. Let's take out that $100 bill. Let's take out that ounce of gold. Where are they at now? Can that $100 bill buy you months and months and months of groceries with today's prices? Can it fill your tank up countless times? Can it be a huge down payment on a car like it would back then? It's a rhetorical question. You can answer it. You can write yes or no, or you can answer it in your head. Get that ounce of gold. Has that ounce of gold, that purchasing power? Yeah, it's gone up from $30 to roughly $1,200, $1,300 today. Can that ounce of gold? This is where you test gold's purchasing power and it being sound money. Can that gold, that 1 ounce piece of gold, can that still buy a decent man's suit today? Can you go out and buy a decent suit for $1,200? Answer that question yourself. Which one would you feel safer in? A depreciating dollar that clearly the $100 back then was a way stronger than what it is today? Or would you rather have invested in gold and maintained its purchasing power and still be able to buy that suit? That's the difference between inflationary and deflationary. Same with silver. Silver goes into that aspect too. I think silver was worth like 60 cents at the time. This is why the economy and the way that it is. Yeah, you just got 2 million speakers. You can buy a couple of nights. Yeah, but that's the purchasing power that the dollar has. It's been chipping away. In a way, that's the government robbing you of your wealth without putting a gun to your head, doing it right underneath your nose, just chipping away at your money in your savings account, chipping away at your 401k. I don't believe in that. I create my own 401k because I think 401ks are scams. Oh yeah. See, getting rid of the pennies would be very um, inflationary. A lot of people think, oh, the reason why they got rid of the $1,000, $10,000 bill was because of bank robbers. They uh, they only wanted the largest denomination to be $100. So if someone robbed a bank, they would have to carry suitcases of money instead of just stuffing a couple 100,000 dollars in your pocket. That is what they want you to believe. What you just witnessed with that incident is inflation at a high rate. They cut those bills out because of the inflation. That's the real reason. But you want to be in deflationary assets like precious metals, like cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies is severely, ridiculously deflationary because it shot up to 20K. That means it took more dollars to purchase the same Bitcoin than what it did when it was, you know. Remember, Bitcoin started out in pennies, cents, and it was able to shoot up to 20K. That's how deflationary it is. So, a lot of people believe that they should be in bonds that I picture the bond market being like a picture you're at a ski resort and there's a whole mountainside of snow, and that sooner or later that that has the potential to have an avalanche. You don't know when it's going to be, but when it does happen, it's going to destroy everything. That's how the bond market is. That's how the stock market is right now because it's so overinflated. All the bonds that are out there right now is basic. We're so much in debt. That means if a country like China or Japan or anyone who holds our bonds, if they wanted to withdraw funds, we couldn't cover it. That'd be like basically a creditor coming to collect a debt. You know, it's just not going to happen. That's what will cause the market to crash, the economy to crash. It's so fragile right now that I can't fathom having all my wealth just sitting in a savings account. And don't believe that FDIC insurance. That doesn't mean anything. That basically means FDIC insurance means that they have up to 20 years to pay your money back. The people that are going to get paid their money back are going to be the shareholders. They're going to liquidate your accounts. Your accounts are liabilities, and they're going to go to the shareholders. And then if there's anything left over, then you guys will get paid. But the reason why, and when everyone thought having a CD with your band, yeah, I know. Geez, that was like in the the 90s and stuff. Um, but it's so, I mean, it's so dangerous to just have your money in there. FDIC insurance doesn't mean anything. Um, what else was I gonna say? Uh, I guess essentially that would be a bail-in. Bail-in, bail-out is when they have the taxpayers, bail out the banks, like what they did in 2008. Bail-in is when they liquidate accounts. I'd make 20K in a month if I. Dude. I think Bitcoin is going to be here to stay. Hello, everybody. Everybody's coming in. I got what, 11 people? Yeah. So 12 people. Um, so yeah, I mean, um, I just don't think that your money is safe in banks. And like I said, I don't believe in 401ks. I don't believe in all that stuff. It's all a scam. Um, to be honest with you, even cryptocurrencies are very um, very what's the word, speculative. But the whole thing is you gotta only be willing to put the money in that you're willing to lose. So they thought Laserdisc was. I thought Laserdisc was gonna stay. Yeah, Laserdiscs are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. So, um, yeah. Are there any questions or anything? I mean, if everyone understood everything that I said, and that was just like kind of skim through everything. Like I said, I've been gathering knowledge on this stuff from traditional markets and economics, everything for about 4 years. So I've really compiled a lot of information, and it's actually to the point where I don't even think I would go to a like an Edward Jones or anything like that, because I think I have confidence in what I'm doing for myself. Because I don't think anyone else is going to look out for my best interest as much as I do. I'm only done talking about it if everyone uh, doesn't have any questions. Like I said, I'm even willing to share what coins I'm going to be buying into or purchasing next week. I like to help as much as I can. Give you guys the same opportunity that I was into. What about the fire you guys had? Oh, that was last weekend. Got pretty close. Yeah, pretty close. So, but everything's good. The air quality wasn't too good for the past day or two after that. But so, does anyone have any questions? Any questions, or did I bore everybody to death? I've been on for almost an hour. I've been talking your guys' ear off for almost an hour about this. Telling you, no one stops me. I'll just ramble and ramble and ramble and ramble. I like to spread the wealth. I like to spread knowledge. Do I know smog? Are we getting into global warming? What's your opinion on global warming, Karate Joe? I'm still confused. Do you have any questions? I mean, I'll answer any questions. I mean, I know I kind of compacted a lot of stuff in there. Any questions? Like I said, I can recommend some videos just to show you, like that David Morgan rollover. I recommend you watch that. Just a little snippet, kind of shows you how a stock market would be. Um, what the environment would be like should a country try to pool their funds, try to cash out on those bonds when we don't have them. Kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Also, get that book that I'm talking about. I want to get it. I'm probably gonna get it, buy it for myself this month since it's my birthday month. I'm gonna order it on Amazon because I wanna read it. And then there's another book that I want to read too. It's by David Morgan. It's called The Silver Manifesto. So it's supposed to be all his knowledge and everything about silver and the markets and manipulation about it. Global warming equals now. Oh. Do you know it's not real? He is a robot. Global warming. Global warming is such a touchy. I just want to see what other people think about global warming. Sorry, guys. Uh, yeah, are you talking about HARP? Or is it HARP or ARP or whatever? Is that what you're talking about with the weather? I think it's called HARP. Uh, but anyways, Purple, did you have any questions about anything? How long is Purple? If you're still here, how long is your husband? You said he was a financial advisor, right? Or is that what you said he was? Or did you say he was a broker or something? How long has he been in that business for? NASA, the biggest scam. Yeah, I know, and we do contribute billions of dollars to NASA. I have my opinion on NASA too. Are you still here, Purple? 19.5 billion. I didn't know what the number was. Probably right. I don't know that particular statistic, but sounds right. I mean, I know that a lot of tax dollars goes to NASA. Too much. So when in the past there was no no rain, I don't know. There's always been rain. There had always been rain as long as the oceans have been there. He works for an investment company. He's been current company for 15 years. Wow. Okay. Um, so he's been in it for 15 years. Eating juggernaut. I am right. 52 million a day. Wow. I'm not saying you're not right. I just said I didn't know that um I don't know everything, you guys. I know lots of stuff, but I don't know everything. Um 15 years, huh? Well, that's great. I know investment advisors and stuff like that and brokers, you know, could be a stressful job. Um, handling, other managing other people's money, but I mean, geez, you know, prior to that different. Oh wow, so he has a lot of experience. Um, Pretty sure he gets a pretty hefty paycheck doing that because I know that when you're handling other people's money, that's the very loop, like accountants and stuff like that. They do pretty good. I wouldn't mind switching incomes with him. But well, that's great. Yeah, I love that. So did he go to school for it or anything like that? Did he like study business or economics or anything, or did he just know somebody and got in? And sorry if I'm asking too many questions. It's just that's something I have a really big interest in. Oh, yeah. Well, I would only imagine that it's very stressful for him. But yeah, that's like my dream job would be like a investment broker or something like that. Would be nice. Really cool. Um, there's actually, I think, down the street from where I live, there's an Edward Jones there. Um, eh, I don't know, but it would be cool. But and a lot of it too is the stuff that I'm into. It's usually what people my age are usually not into. I know a lot of people who I talk to, like if I start talking to ear off or they ask me, hey, what's on your shirt or anything like that, they're amazed that, me being in my 20s um, are, I guess you could say, knowledgeable or have an interest in that stuff. Because that's usually something that people my age don't really care or think about or don't understand. But the whole thing is I want to leave a legacy for my family. That's what I want to do. Like, I want to make sure that they're going to be okay should anything happen to me. And as much as Ashley kicks and screams and pisses and moans about it, I know it's for your own good, Ashley. No problem. He is just very smart and knowledgeable like you. Passionate as well. Yeah, that's cool. I would imagine. I would love love to have his job. That would be cool. But yeah, that's the whole thing that I want. Is I want to make sure that they're okay. So, and in essence too, like the cryptocurrencies, because it's so volatile and so risky, my metal stash, my silver and stuff, that's actually my safety net for my cryptocurrency should they collapse. So my metals are kind of like my insurance policy. Should anything happen, that can take care of that. Now I will tell you though, currently right now, in my whole portfolio, not just my cryptocurrency portfolio, but my metals portfolio as well, I'm split about 60-40. I'm about 60% in cryptos and about 40% into silver. So it's almost 50-50. I think I'm going to go a little bit more aggressive um, into cryptos. I might bump that up to about 70%. Like I said, I'm buying pretty regularly right now. He had to fly out to San Francisco today for a 2 hour meeting. He had to fly to San Francisco for that. Wow. Well, yeah. Hey, if he ever needs an assistant to go with him, to work with him for a day or two, I'm available. That would be cool. That'd be like a field trip for me. I would I would not be bored at all. Trust me, I would be like a kid in a candy store. Um, and it would be pretty cool. But but yeah, you know, like I said, right now, you know, it's probably going to go up to about 70% cryptos, 40% metals. But metals will never go down to zero. I'm telling you that right now. That's a statement that I'm saying. Metals will never go down to zero. Gold has been considered money for the past 5,000 years. It's gone through Great Depressions. It's gone through recessions. It's gone through manias, bubble manias. It's gone through wars. It's gone through everything, and it's still here. Cryptos, you can't really say, because cryptos hasn't even gone through a recession yet, technically speaking, a recession. Because it came in 2009. So we'll see when the market collapses, which I do think I anticipate the economy will collapse between as early as the end of 2018 to probably 2021. So in my opinion, I think that the market has a potential to crash within the next 1 to 3 years. I'll go ahead and be a stress test for the cryptos and see how they do. I think they'll do okay because they're deflationary, like I was, explaining. And they're the way of the future. Everything's going digital now. Now, who's to say Bitcoin will still be there? And that's the thing too. Just because something is the first of its kind does not mean that it's going to be successful. Take for instance MySpace. MySpace came along before Facebook. MySpace was the thing. Nobody thought, oh wow, nothing could dethrone MySpace. Along comes Facebook. MySpace is obsolete now. Same thing can happen with Bitcoin. There are coins out there that are actually better than Bitcoin, as far as what it's supposed to do, as far as it being decentralized, as far as the fees, as far as the transaction times. There's a lot of things that are better than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is more of like a store of wealth. That's something that you want to buy and hold on to and not trade. You want to kind of hold it as your core. Like I said, if Bitcoin drops into the 4,000s, you better believe I'm going to be buying pretty aggressively into Bitcoin, maybe doing a couple of trades within my coins to get in there. And that will be my, my hold, or whatever you want to call it. I won't be trading that. That'll be my store of wealth as far as cryptos go. Next week and all the other coins will too. Yeah, I was eating earlier. I still have some Subway left, but I got carried away. Usually I don't talk a lot about this stuff, but I have an interest in finance. If you are a new viewer or subscriber. I usually do um, eat and stuff, but um, hey Kim, but I wanted to talk about finance. So any other questions? Now, to go back to the food, start a new channel for Bitcoin. I don't think I know enough about that stuff. I would probably be a little nervous about that because there are a lot of guys out there that I watch. Yeah, I talk about Bitcoin a lot. I'm actually wearing a Bitcoin shirt. Um, but I do eating as well. My biggest hobby and passion is economics and finance and stuff. So yeah, you'll occasionally hear me ramble, but it's rare. Trust me. I would say I probably eat about maybe 80-85% of the time. I'll be eating on this channel. 10-15% of the time you'll catch me rambling about boring Bitcoin and economics. Oh, he mines crypto? Wow. He was gonna be set. You know what cryptocurrency he mines by any chance? 100% Bitcoin's on here. Um, so there's a lot of cryptos out there. It's a very rewarding thing. Make sure it continues to do that. And 0% ED. I don't even mind cryptos. You know what's funny is Karate Joe doesn't even stay as long on my eating live streams as he does my Bitcoin talks. I think he secretly likes my Bitcoin rambles. I think he does. It's okay, Karate Joe. You ain't got a lie to kick it, Karate Joe. You don't got a front. Yeah, he just bought another video card. He switches. Oh, okay. Yeah, you need depending on the cryptocurrency. I mean, it used to be easy to mine Bitcoin. I mean, you couldn't mine Bitcoin on just a regular computer now, but you can mine definitely other cryptocurrencies. And yeah, you need to update your video card and stuff like that. Make sure it keeps at it. Um, he won't regret it. Trust me. Jeez, look at that. He's 15 years old. I'm in my 20s. I thought I caught it early. He caught it at 15 and being into this stuff. That kid is gonna be set. He is. Better make sure he doesn't stop doing that. But yeah, I think Karate Joe likes it. He doesn't want to admit it. Karate Joe has been on here he was one of the first ones on here. Been on here for over an hour. I bet you he's secretly taking notes now. Karate Joe has a pen and paper in his hand, and he's writing everything that I'm saying. He probably wrote down the name of the book. He probably wrote down the video that I told him to go look at. He's probably writing down the coins that I said I was into. Yeah, he has at least 10. Oh, okay. Wow, yeah. So he's good. Yes, he is a smart young man. He is. That's good. That makes it feel good. I like hearing stuff like that. That's awesome. Make sure he does not throw away that computer for any reason. Did you hear about that horror story about that guy? He was mining Bitcoin. I think he had like 700. This was early on when Bitcoins were worth like $2 each. He had like 700 Bitcoin he had mined. At that time, you could mine Bitcoin because it was easy. Just to give you an idea, to mine one Bitcoin, it costs about $6,000 in electricity or energy to mine a full Bitcoin. But anyways, at that time it was, cents. and it was an old computer he had. It's a real story, by the way. And his girlfriend threw it out, and it went to the dump. And at that time, I think Bitcoin was worth like $3,000, and he had like $700 or $800 on him. In there, do the math. Oh my God! He went over there looking for the computer, and they said sorry, that thing had already been demolished. It's gone. So, oh my God! Do the math. I don't remember the exact math, but I'm just saying he had like $700, 700 Bitcoin, and the Bitcoins at that time were worth like $2,000 or $3,000. Oh my God! That would suck. Uh, yeah, tell me about it. You know, and like I said, when I first found out about Bitcoin, it was the lowest I had ever seen Bitcoin was 596, $596. So yeah, other than his PC, he paid. Oh wow, with his earnings. So I don't know about. Uh, yeah, very good. I'm curious. Do you know what cryptocurrency he's mining? I would assume it would probably be one of the newer ones, or maybe the ones with a smaller market cap, because there's literally thousands of cryptos out there. You know, there's some that are worth a fraction of the penny that you could probably mine like every 3 seconds. You know, it's all cumulative. I'm kind of curious to know what kind of crypto he mines. Um, but yeah, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin created ever. So there's a lot of room for growth there. I mean, what is there, 7 billion people in the world? You do the math. How many people are going to want that? That only 21 million Bitcoin will ever be created. And a lot of them get lost forever, like they get thrown away in a dump. A lot of them, you know, get forgotten about. You know, you forget your password to your wallet or anything, you can't get back into it. A lot of things can happen. So, I mean, there's less than 21 million Bitcoin out there. I mean, there's not 21 million because they're still mining it. But what I'm saying is, there's not going to be 21 million Bitcoin when it's all said and done because a lot of them either got lost or whatever. He's done Litecoin. Oh, Dogecoin. Sorry, I know I'm butchering stuff. No. Well, you can also do like Litecoin, for instance, is LTC. You know, you could do stuff like that. Dogecoin. I don't know what Dogecoin is. I think it might be DGC. Wow, Litecoin. No, Litecoin is a good one. That's one of my favorite coins, actually. Litecoin. If he has a decent amount of Litecoin or a small stash of Litecoin, because I know it's kind of expensive, it's like $80 a coin. He needs to hold on to that. I would suggest him not selling or trading the Litecoin. That's just my suggestion. Like I said, it's not financial advice, but that's a coin that you want to hold because it has a lot of potential. Now, like I said, you know, there's abbreviations for it. Like Litecoin would be LTC. You know, Bitcoin is BTC. But no, if he has Litecoin, he needs to hold on to that. Litecoin did shoot up to, I think, over $400 a coin. When I first found out about Litecoin, it was like $3 a coin. So, um, Litecoin is one of my holdings that I do have. So, full disclosure, no, I'm just joking. Litecoin is a coin that I hold. Um, Pillar is a coin that I hold. Tron is one that I'm really into right now. That's actually what I'm probably going to be buying. EOS is another one that I'm into. Um, Another one that I have my mind on is, or my eyes on, is Dent, Cardano. There's definitely a few. Litecoin is an awesome coin. Love that coin. So, anyways, guys, I've been on here for a little over an hour. I'm probably gonna leave this live stream up in case anybody wants to rewind through it. I know Karate Joe's taking his notes down. It's all right, Karate Joe. We know you're taking your notes down and writing, writing all that stuff. But no, that's cool. Like that's what I want. It's just 1 and 0 and your own PC, not real money. Well, uh, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, it's a very deflationary asset because um, it's the technology that's behind it. It's not the coin itself. It's the technology, the blockchain technology. Just like the internet. I mean, the internet is not something you can hold in your pocket, really. I mean, yeah, some people say, "Oh, I can hold a cell phone in my pocket, the internet's in my pocket." But I mean, that's not something you can like grab and you know hold, and but it's very valuable because of what it can do. Um, everyone uses the internet. It's like monopoly money. That's how the dollars are, is like monopoly money. So, um, but yeah. So, anyways, guys, I mean, if you guys enjoy these videos, let me know because I'm more than happy to do a video on economics and stuff. So, if you guys enjoy the videos, let me know in the comments below. Give me some likes. Uh, I mean, maybe one of these days I'll, you know, show you. Maybe I could show. Well, maybe I won't show my portfolio because I don't want to. I don't want to show that. Or, but I mean, I could, maybe show you some silver coins or something out of my stack. Show you what I buy and stuff like that. Well, tell that to my 15-year-old who buys video cards and other computer equipment with Amazon gift cards. It is real money. No, that's cool. That's awesome that he's into that. Real cool. So he won't be disappointed. He'll look back at this when he's my age, 30 years old, and he'll be like, wow, I was lucky and one of the smart ones when everyone was out there buying, you know, doing stupid stuff, buying, you know, stupid trendy clothes and stuff, and now I was over here buying video cards and mining cryptos. It's gonna be set. But anyways, guys, if you guys enjoy these videos, let me know in the comments below. Um, and I don't know. I'm thinking about doing a large pizza challenge coming up. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. He turns to crypt. He turns to crypto. He doesn't like the real. Okay, yeah. So, anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, Purple. Um, your husband, I'm jealous of his job, and go get that book. Or go look up that snippet that I was telling you about, David Morgan Rollover. I'm actually going to watch that when I get off here. It's only about 5 minutes, just to give you an idea, what would happen if the economy crashed and what the scenario would be like. But get that book. It's either called The Monster of Jekyll Island or The Creature from Jekyll Island. Um, so Oh, I don't know. I haven't talked to them in a while, to be honest with you, Karate Joe, so you'll get there. I know it. You're very smart. Well, thank you, Purple. But anyways, hope you guys have a lovely night, and thanks for tuning in. I'll leave this video up. All you Vicarious eaters out there, stay hungry, and stay tuned for the next Bitcoin cryptocurrency video. All right, take care, guys.